Push down from the back is a beginning exercise. We do 3 sets. The goal of this exercise is to strengthen the powerhouse, to stretch the posterior chain, and teach articulation of the pelvis and enforce the C-curve. This is a great exercise choice for taller students who have already mastered the pushdown and are ready to increase the level of difficulty by requiring more strength through their powerhouse, through their seat, and through their hamstrings. The exercise setup is standing in Pilates stance behind the chair with the toes just barely away from the wood. Stand tall in your best Pilates stance. The exercise begins and is initiated from the base of the skull at the atlas axis. So the back of the skull lengthens as the head nods, then your student begins to curl down their body like they would in the roll-up. The hands come to the pedal and the eyes gaze inward to the belly as they press the pedal down and curl up 3 times. Pressing down and pulling their tail under to come up. On the bottom of the 3rd press, the elbows bend and straighten 3 times, staying lifted and round, and then they roll all the way back up to a stand, moving through their lower, middle, upper back, and head. The only thing moving here is the hip. Although it looks like the whole body is moving in part 1 of the exercise, it's really the body rotating around the femur. So the pelvis and the spine are turning around the femur joint. In part 2 of the exercise, during the pumping portion, the elbows and shoulders glide naturally while the rest of the torso remains completely still. Precision points here are to articulate correctly down from the top. If your student doesn't start this correctly, they won't be able to finish the exercise correctly. So as they push down, the pelvis is going to stay centered over the heel without falling forward and without pushing back. So they need to keep pressing their heels down into the ground, maintaining a good heel to seat connection. It's the powerhouse that lifts the pedal back up, helping us have an even curvature of the spine. So you shouldn't see any flattening or humping. When we get to the bottom, or as low as your student can press the pedal, the collarbone should be broad and wide as the elbows bend naturally out to pump the pedal from the upper abdominals. The head should remain tucked in the entire time. On the way back up, we articulate back up evenly through the entire spine. Common errors include letting the hips shift backwards behind the heels. We'll also sometimes see students flatten out here and lose their C-curve because the pedal is now so much farther away from their feet. It takes a tremendous amount of strength to keep the weight of the body supported into the pedal. You may also see them not able to isolate the pumping action while keeping their torso still. So they may need additional assistance there. The rhythm should be dynamic and light. Press down and pull up. Press down and pull up. Press down and pull up. Press down and pump, 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 and pull back up to stand. So let's look at that in real time. Stand in Pilates stance with your toes just behind the wood. Draw your abs in and up and lengthen the back of your skull. Nod the chin to your chest as you curl down, placing the palms onto the pedal. Press the pedal down and pull up, curling your tail to your seat. Press down, thighs press forward to lift. Press down and pull up, push down and pump for 3. Wide shoulders, still spine, and roll all the way back up, low back, middle back, upper back, and head. Good places to touch and assist this exercise would be standing at the pelvis. So as your student is forward and over with their weight on the pedal, if you hold lightly on the pelvis, you can pull back a little bit if your student is falling forward, which is the risk here. So a nice solid pressing into to stabilize and guide the movement of the pelvis will assist your student tremendously. You can also place a hand on their low back so that as they press the pedal down, they have something to pull their abs in and up to give them the lift through their powerhouse. Lastly, as they pump, you may wish to hold the rib cage to help stabilize the pumping action and support their spine. You can guide the pattern also on the way up and the way down. Signs of readiness for this exercise would be already introducing push down from the front and basic tendon stretch on the chair. The student should also be performing elephant in their reformer repertoire. Building blocks for this exercise would be to increase the spring tension a little bit to one top spring, or to allow the student's thighs to lightly touch the chair. By giving them this additional contact point, it will make the exercise significantly easier. We see this technique set up on the MBE chair, which would be the easiest place to introduce this exercise.